Star Trek, television's most enduring adventure. The final frontier. The torch passes to the fans. Eternal Night, the next chapter in the Star Trek saga.
She has maintained outstanding levels of achievement in both practical and theoretical assessments.
But I fear that Evie isn't going to let her obsession subside in this her final year of the Academy.
She's been distant over the last fortnight, and I worry about her.
Evie. A cadet longing for the truth.
There seems so much to say.
An old man with a secret to tell.
But if you know me well, you'd understand the way I do.
Eternal Night continues.
Evie.
At the edge of the final frontier.
I'm Ensign Cunningham.
One pilot's sudden appearance.
Please help.
Will lead to a chain of events.
Proceed immediately to Unity 1. There's been an incident.
No one could have imagined.
What's the count, Doctor?
30 dead, 21 wounded so far.
And for one Starfleet captain, the truth may be all about family.
Dad?
The next saga in Star Trek fan fiction is about to begin. Eternal Night, only on TrekZone.org.
I'm coming. There. I thought you might be hungry. So, where should I begin this story? So, it's been 10 years since the signing of the Treaty of Voyager, and now we've got Klingons refusing to leave Cardassian worlds they conquered, Romulans supposedly experimenting with stars while their population starves, and the mighty Federation Council just sits back and lets it all happen. Groundskeeper Boothby once said to me that the more things change, the more they stay the same. I guess you'll hear all about that soon enough. That's the backstory. So, let's skip ahead a little bit. Dad had just finished his first mission as part of the new task force he was leading. So it was time to pick up a medic, the last member of the team. But none of them could imagine that they'd need more than just a runabout for their next assignment.
Captain's personal log, stardate 62802.7. I'm excited to meet the last member of our team. Lieutenant Wells has somehow convinced Admiral Milne that she's the right person to become our chief medic.
Ricks to Captain Mackenzie.
Go ahead, Commander.
Sir, we've just received new orders. We're to pick up a Lieutenant Sarah Wells on Deep Space 5.
Set a course, Ricks. I'll be right up. Reactor Geno, hot.
Fresh out of med school?
Everyone wants to come to the frontier, Commander.
What exactly are we doing, sir?
Right now, picking up the fourth member of our team.
And after that?
Well, you'll just have to wait and see.
The year is 2386, and the utopian dream of the Federation is a distant memory. For many, survival is more important than idealism. From the ashes of war, an eternal night has set over the galaxy. Based upon Star Trek created by Gene Roddenberry, this is Star Trek: Eternal Night.
After spending my last year at the academy being stonewalled as I tried to learn more about our parents, I eventually managed to convince a Ferengi trader to sell me a chronomat, a device that allows a standard warp drive to utilize tachyon particles to travel back in time. My destination was Unity 1, the heavily armed outpost at the edge of the Romulan neutral zone.
Captain, we have a perimeter breach bearing 049.
On screen, Commander Richards. Commander?
I don't understand. There was a proximity alert. Wait. Now bearing 159. On screen.
Identify.
It's definitely a Federation shuttlecraft, but I don't recognize the registration.
Open hailing frequencies. I am Captain T'Pel of Starbase Unity 1. Identify yourself.
I'm Ensign Cunningham, Starfleet. Please help.
Ops to sickbay. Prepare to receive one wounded pilot. Beam her to sickbay, Lieutenant, and tow the pod in.
And this is your cabin.
A bit small, isn't it?
Don't worry, we've all got bigger quarters on Unity 1.
Well, that's a relief.
Can I get you anything?
Ractogeno, please?
2 Ractogenos. Hot. The plans for Operation Hawkeye have been gathering dust for over 15 years on some isolinear chip in an office at Starfleet headquarters. The idea was for a 4-person team who were ready to deploy to any incident, at any time. Find the truth and bring those responsible to justice. The plan was never enacted because it was decided that Starship crews were just as capable. But with increasing tensions from the Romulans after the kill was laid on the U.S.S. Agamemnon and Unity 1 came online, Admiral Milne thought this was a perfect opportunity to save resources that might be needed on the front line. What happened?
It was my first field assignment out of the academy. I was ordered to pilot a shuttle from headquarters to Jupiter Station. Halfway there, the port stabilizer manifold blew and we had to make an emergency landing on Mars. And thanks to a giant dust storm, it took the rescue team a little over 3 days to reach us.
Welcome to Starfleet indeed, eh?
What exactly does an ensign say to an admiral for 3 days?
Not just any admiral.
Riggs to Mackenzie.
Go ahead, Commander.
Sir, we're being hailed.
Who is it?
Admiral Milne.
Admiral, what can we do for you?
Captain, good. Sarah's on board.
Yes, Admiral. We just picked her up.
Proceed immediately to Unity 1. There's been an incident.
We're on our way. Commander Riggs, set a course for Unity 1. Maximum warp.
Aye, sir.
U.S.S. Rolly Stone, this is Lieutenant Commander Richards aboard Unity 1. We need emergency medical assistance on Hangar Deck 4.
Stand by for transport.
Broken femur, you'll be fine, just sit tight. 10 cc's of hydrocortisone. 3 broken ribs, pulmonary hemorrhage. Prepare this one for immediate surgery. We won't be able to save this leg. 5 cc's of anesthetine.
Do you believe it was the runabout?
I do not know, but it is an extremely coincidental set of circumstances.
I agree. Perhaps we should pay a visit to this pilot when she regains consciousness. What's the count, Doctor?
Huh? Oh, Captain. 30 dead, 21 wounded so far.
There were 70 crew members on duty.
Well, that leaves 19 more for me to find. Excuse me.
I know that look.
I do not believe I have any look on my face.
Yes, you do. It's the look you always get just before you say, fascinating.
As usual, you are quite correct. This is indeed fascinating.
Do you have anyone that can inspect it?
No, the rest of the crew won't arrive until Tuesday.
Then may I? Mackenzie to Rix.
Go ahead, sir.
Commander, lock onto my comm badge and beam over this piece of debris. Have Steve analyse it.
Right away, sir.
Captain's log supplemental. I've been impressed with Unity 1's crew over the last few hours. Even though they're down about 500 men and women, they're just about to get Hangar 4 back online. This is also the first time I've seen Sarah in action. I must admit, I was a little concerned about having a brand new doctor on the team, but she's proven herself today in very tough conditions.
Captains, follow me. This is a piece of the hull from the outer bulkhead. It's pretty stock standard with...
Let's just skip to the point, please.
Right, yes sir. This is what I found interesting.
Trilithium?
Trust you to pick that. Anything else fascinating?
This.
What is it?
This is what you sent me. It's the port nacelle cowling from a Class 2 Federation shuttlecraft.
Where'd it come from?
The only Class 2 shuttlecraft anywhere near here appeared just inside our outer market this morning.
I think now's the time to have that chat to the pilot. That's good work, Steve. Keep digging.
Captain Mackenzie, Dr. Amy Parks, our Chief Medical Officer.
Captain, nice to meet you.
You too. How is everyone?
Most of them are resting, others have been discharged already. I just don't have the room.
What's the count now?
47 dead, 21 wounded, but will survive. 2 are unaccounted for.
Is this our mystery guest?
Yes, sir.
What's her condition?
Curious. Take a look at this. Physically, she's fine, but these base pair sequences are weird.
Explain, Commander.
Well, for a human, they shouldn't look like this.
What could cause the abnormalities?
If I had to guess, I would say genetic engineering.
Can I speak to her?
I had to sedate her earlier today, but she should just be asleep now.
Dad?
That was the first time I'd met our father.
For 13 generations, we have waited to return to corporeal form. These habitation suits are not what a true Chodak should wear. Prime, you must ensure the success of our mission. Too much is at stake.
I can confirm that operations are about to commence that will see the Chodak Alliance return to power. The Romulans have proven to be valuable allies in our efforts to re-establish a foothold in what the humans call the Beta Quadrant. Several forward scouts have reported numerous sightings of the artifact, and many of our ancient outposts are still intact and operational.
The Iconians. We're a worthy adversary. The many gateways allowed them to surprise our ancestors many times. Their foolish desire for galactic domination led to their demise, but to their credit, many gateways still exist.
Scout 0593 reports that much of the original network has been compromised. It will not be a viable option.
No matter. Our plan does not require them to succeed. What of our asset?
He remains unaware of his true purpose.
Good. Ensure that he remains that way.
All done? I guess we were pretty lucky to be born now. The Federation really won't face another major threat for at least 20 years. The Romulan refugee crisis, though, was pretty tough. But I'm getting ahead of myself. As for our mother, well, she was captured while walking along the riverbed on Rylum 4. The evil Admiral Taloris had plans.
Ah, Commander Cunningham, welcome.
Who are you? What do you want? Romulan Patak.
Klingon insults aside, we need to have a little chat about a mutual acquaintance of ours.
You must know I'm trained to resist your interrogation techniques.
Who said you were going to be interrogated?
This room, the way in which I was brought here.
You are only the beginning of my plan, Commander. But you are at least half right. I will need to perform some work.
Perhaps I shouldn't fill you in on all the details, hey? Or the gory details put you to sleep. Either way, there's more to tell in this story, but that's for another time. Good night, me.
On the next, all-new Eternal Night.
A devastating attack on Starfleet headquarters leads to Captain Mackenzie being abducted.
He wasn't in any condition to just get up and walk out of here.
And a family reunion.
You look terrible.
You must know that I will not break under interrogation.
But who's the real mastermind?
You're their slaves, aren't you?
We are no one's slave.
You are. And what's worse, you don't even realize it.
The balance of power will shift.
He's a Romulan prisoner.
And you are working for me.
On the next Eternal Night, only on TrekZone.org.